Federal Constituency. I am from Imo State. Honorable colleagues, I rise this morning to second the first leg of this motion as moved by my brother. I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Colleague? Nobody from this side. Honorable Doctor, please can you go ahead?
Mr. Speaker, my name is Honorable Dr. Emilia. I represent the people of Akan-Kwabiase Federal Constituency in Cross River State. I rise to second the second leg of this motion. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker and dear colleagues. I rise to move a motion of urgent importance regarding the tragic incident that occurred in Alaba Lane of Ala Abiagba in Ajeromi Felodun Federal Constituency. Note that the tragic incident occurred in this venue, and as I speak with you today, the tragic incident of a gas explosion that led to a fire outbreak had claimed over 10 lives, and many are still in Bagada General Hospital at the Trauma Center. Also note that the gas leakage occurred and destroyed properties, tricycles, and left many injured. Aware that the swift intervention of the Federal Fire Service and the Lagos State Fire Service provided succor and they were able to put off the fire. However, many of the victims were initially rushed to the General Hospital at Ajeromi and later on moved to Bagada General Hospital at the Trauma Center. Concerned that the survivor also suffered severe injuries and are currently still at the Trauma Center. Worried that as at the time when my delegation visited the Bagada Trauma Center, deaths were being recorded almost on a daily basis. Resolved to direct the National Emergency Management Agency to conduct a comprehensive investigation into the immediate and the remote causes of this gas explosion. Urge NEMA to support the efforts of the Lagos State government in ensuring that the few survivors of that incident are moved to intensive care units for medical attention. Further implore NEMA to provide financial support to the families of the deceased and for those who lost their properties. Finally, implore the House to observe a minute silence for the over deaths that have been recorded so far and ask the legislative compliance to please ensure compliance. Thank you.
Any seconder? Yes, Honorable Doctor. Yes, then the immediate next. Are you a doctor?
We are both doctors.
If you're a doctor, fine. But I know the one sitting next to you is a doctor, right?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I'm Honorable Dr. Wale Ahmed. I represent the good people of Agege Federal Constituency. I'm from Lagos State. I rise to second the motion as moved by my honorable colleague from Ajerobin Felodun. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on NEMA and legislative compliance for further legislative action. Honorable colleagues, shall we rise for a minute silence, please? May the soul of the departed rest in peace. Is Honorable Engineer Dominic Ifeanyi Okafor around? Please kindly rise and move your motion.
Good morning, my very hardworking Speaker, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, PhD, my distinguished honorable colleagues. My name remains Honorable Engineer Dominic Ifeanyi Okafor, and I represent the hardworking people of Agata Federal Constituency. I'm from Anambra State. I rise this morning to move a motion on the urgent need to investigate the security breach leading to the escape of Binance executive Nadeem Anijawala from the custody of the National Security Advisor. Let me also add that only a few days ago, precisely on 30th April 2024, in Seattle, United States of America, the founder of this cryptocurrency exchange company, Mr. Zhao, was sentenced to 4 months imprisonment after pleading guilty of violating U.S. laws against money laundering laws of the United States of America. I therefore urge the Honorable House to invoke the provisions of Order 8-5 to enable me to present this motion.
Any seconder to the first leg, Honorable Ize?
Thank you for lending me your mic. House services, take note. Eze, Nwachukwu Eze is my name. I represent the good people of Ebonyi, Kohauku Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from Ebonyi State. I rise this morning to second the very important motion as moved by my colleague. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable, let me recognize you this time around. Go ahead and second the second leg of the motion. Honorable from Kwara.
For the honor. My name is Right Honorable Yinka Aluko, PhD. I rise this morning to second the second leg of the motion. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Dominic, please proceed.
Okay. Motion on urgent need to investigate the security breach of leading to the escape of Binance executive Nadeem Anijawala from the custody of National Security Advisor. Notes that the Federal Republic of Nigeria arrested and detained Nadeem Anjarwalla, an executive of cryptocurrency exchange company, Binance, on February 26, 2024, for alleged complicity of the company in money laundering and terrorism financing. Also notes that the two Binance executives were billed to appear in court on April 4, 2024, to answer to the alleged crimes against Nigeria before the security breach occurred, which led to the escape of one of the company's executives in a very scandalous dimension. Honorable colleagues, concerned that persons suspected to have committed such atrocious crimes against the state of Nigeria, with already overburdened security challenges, were kept in a guest house in Abuja instead of lawful custody of the Department of State Service or any other approved custodial facility. Further worried that the escape of the Binance executive from the office of the National Security Advisor using a smuggled passport is, to say the least, most disappointing, embarrassing, and disturbing, as it portrays the porosity of the security architecture of the country to the world. Disturbed that weeks after the unfortunate escape and inability of the security forces to arrest Nadeem Anjarwalla, the Kenyan police arrested him on 22nd April 2024 as the International Crime Police Organization moves to extradite him to Nigeria as soon as possible to face the allegation leveled against the company. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, the House therefore resolves to invite the National Security Advisor to explain the circumstances that led to such despicable escape of a high-profile suspect from his office. 2, to mandate the National Security Advisor to hand over the investigation of its personnel involved in the escape of Nadeem Anjarwalla to the Department of State Services, as it cannot be a judge in its own case. Number 3, mandate the Director General of the State or Department of State Services to take over the investigation and prosecution of personnel found complicit in the escape of Mr. Nadeem Anjarwalla. And last but not the least, mandate the Committees on Financial Crimes, National Security and Intelligence, and Interior to ensure compliance and report to the House in 2 weeks. I hereby move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Honorable Amarachi?
Very good one. A good motion. But it's embarrassing motion to the national security.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. I remain Honorable Akarachi Orishema Tosa Etiosa Amadi. I represent the good people of Umbitoli Keduru Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Imo State. I humbly rise to second this all-important motion that borders on our public perception as a country, laid by my brother and colleague. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. You have an amendment? Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Yusuf Shitu Galambi. I represent Tugoram Federal Constituency. The amendment I'm proposing is to remove prayer 1 and 2 and replace them with to ask the relevant committee of the House to investigate the matter.
Any seconder to this amendment? Yes, Honorable.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, my honorable colleagues. I'm Abubakar Maki Eleman. I'm from Jigawa State. I represent Malamudori Kaugama Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I stand to second the amendment made by my senior colleague.
And what's the amendment?
Sir?
What is the amendment?
He made, okay, prayer 1 and 2, yes. I think he amended prayer one.
You better be attentive, oh. Honorable Kumo is distracting you.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this amendment should say aye. Those against should say nay. I'll put the question again. Those in support of this amendment should say aye. Those against should say nay. I think the ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Financial Crimes, National Security and Intelligence, Interior, and Police, right? I think it's police you added, right? And police, right? Relevant committees or not? Which relevant committees? You have to be specific now. Okay, NIA is already under
Police
national
and NIA,
security,
yes.
so police is the only addition,
To
right?
investigate the matter.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honorable Jahan.
Mr. Speaker, I'm coming under privilege because I don't want a decision to be taken while I'm sitting here without knowing the content of the amendment. What actually happened is he called for the deletion of prayer 1 and 2, which constitute most important part of that particular prayer, and set relevant committees blindly without specifying. So prayer 1 is that particular issue should be investigated thoroughly. 2, excuse me, this is what he said. Prayer 2.
Please allow him to talk.
Prayer 2 is for the Office of the National Security Advisor to hands off the investigation and hand over to DSS to do proper, because Office of the National Security Advisor cannot be a judge in their own case. I think this is it. So let us take decision. Let us take decision.
Thank you very much for your explanation.
Thank you, sir.
First, the ambiguity in the first prayer, where he stated relevant committees, I think we have explained. And we have been able to establish that it is only police committee that has not been added. 2, since Financial Crimes Committee is the lead committee in this investigation, I think there will be any issue of interference from DSS or any of the national security committees. So I think it is in order. And thirdly, we have already ruled, but we have noted your observation for future. Thank you. So, honorable colleagues, those in support of this motion as amended should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Our next motion is coming from Honorable Dr. Billy T. Osawaru. If he's around, please kindly rise and move your motion.
Thank you, my right honorable speaker, and my very and always understanding colleagues. I remain Honorable Chief Dr. Billy Famous Adesuwa Osawaru. I represent the good people of Orion Federal Constituency. From Edo State, Mr. Speaker, I remain a very proud Benin chief. Mr. Speaker, I have a motion of urgent national importance on the need to have police or security presence in schools across the nation and to address the worsening security situation in the country. Mr. Speaker, I still stand on the order 8 through 5 to enable me move this important motion. Mr. Speaker, I seek the leave of the House and Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Any seconder to the first leg? Yes, Honorable, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues. Omori Murphy Osaro is my name. I represent the entire people of Ego, Ikpo Baraka Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Benin City, Edo State. Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning to second the motion ably moved by my colleague, and I so second. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg. Yes, Honorable, go ahead.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues. My name is Honorable Tese Ugbo. I represent Kwando Shongo Federal Constituency of Benue State. I rise to second the second leg of the motion that this matter is urgent enough for us to hear it. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable, please proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The House notes the worrying rate of kidnappings and wanton destruction of lives and properties across the schools in the country since 2014, to the extent that children or students are no longer safe even in their schools, especially in places like Borno, Nasarawa, Niger, Zamfara, Katsina, and Kaduna states. Most recently, on Thursday, 7th of March 2024, about 287 school children were kidnapped from a government-owned school in Kaduna State's Kuriga town. Before then, on Friday, 22nd of September 2023, about 24 students of the Federal University of Gusau in Zamfara State were kidnapped by bandits. It did not end there because there were many other such incidents in the past. The House also knows that in Nigeria, policemen are not guarding most of our schools, despite the level of attacks frequently experienced by the schools, and the ones in existence are not sufficient in manpower and equipment. Hence, the level losses incurred anytime such attacks occur. If no drastic measure is taken to curb this escalating insecurity situation in the country and in our schools, the entire schools may end up being shut down due to activities of these miscreants and hoodlums. The House is aware that government owes the people the responsibility of providing their welfare and security. So it is incumbent on the government to fulfill its obligation to the people in this regard. Mr. Speaker, the House is also aware that due to the directive of Mr. President and the relentless efforts of our security agencies, the school children who were victims of March 24 attack have long been united with their families, which is very commendable. But trauma and shocking experiences, they must have been true, will forever be in their minds and may likely give them that phobia of going to school again. Mr. Speaker, the House is worried that based on the report of a group called the Save the Children, more than 1,680 school children have been kidnapped in Nigeria since the 2014 abduction of 276 schoolgirls from Chibok in Borno State and counting. The fear of attacks has stopped many children from ever attending school again. In addition to the abduction, Mr. Speaker, over 180 school children were killed and nearly 90 injured in 70 attacks between April 2014 and December 2022. Mr. Speaker, with an estimated 60 school staff kidnapped and 14 killed, 25 school buildings were reportedly destroyed during that period. The majority of these attacks took place in northwest Nigeria, where we had about 49 attacks, followed by north-central Nigeria, where we had about 11 attacks. Mr. Speaker, the House is concerned that in Nigeria, the number of out-of-school children, as per the report from the UNICEF, was put at 10.5 million, Mr. Speaker. I repeat, 10.5 million. Before the effects of the conflict, humanitarian crisis and COVID-19 pandemic we have felt. One wonders at present what the figure will be due to the effect of these numerous attacks in different schools across the nation. Mr. Speaker, the House is very disturbed that the embarrassing situation has continued to adversely affect the educational sector and Nigerian economy in several ways, calling for all-inclusive approach to arrest this situation. The House resolves to, number one, mandate the House Committee on Army, Air Force, Police Affairs and Defense to interface with all security chiefs to identify how best to secure our schools and profile immediate lasting solutions to the security challenges in the education sector, especially around the troubled states of Borno, Nasarawa, Niger, Zamfara, Katsina, and Kaduna states. Number two, Mr. Speaker, mandate schools to engage the services of private security outfits to complement the efforts of the security agencies in securing the schools. Then, the last but not the least, Mr. Speaker, is to call on Nigerian clerics, traditional rulers, National Orientation Agency, and civil society organizations to contribute towards value reorientation and social reawakening, especially to the out-of-school children still living in fear. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Honorable Emeroga.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Boniface Emeragua. I represent the group people of Ikwere, Imoha Federal Constituency. I'm from Rivers State. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I rise this morning to second this dynamic motion moved by Honorable Billy, the High Billy Chief. I so second. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Maki.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleagues, I remain Abubakar Maki Eleman. I'm from Jigawa State. I represent Malam Dor Kauga Mapere constituency. Mr. Speaker, my amendment is in prayer 1. Since it is a security issue, the way how we arrange the security, architecture, army, air force, and what have you. So we must have a lead committee. So I expect him in his prayer 1 to say that defense should be the lead committee of army, police affairs, navy, and air force. That's my amendment, Mr. Speaker. I so move. Defense should be the lead committee.
Any seconder to this amendment? Honorable Abdul Karim.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Abdurrahim Tunjiolawi. I represent the industrious people of Igbomi Ekiti. I'm from Kwara State. I rise to second the amendment ably moved by my colleague, Honorable Maki. I so second.
Those in support of this amendment should say aye. Those against should say nay. Honorable colleagues, don't forget that we have agreed on this particular matter, that any committee that is supposed to be listed should be listed first before other committees, so that there will be no conflict as to who would be leading. And since we also have in our standing rules that in any meeting where committees of the armed forces are going to meet together, Committee on Defense shall take the lead. So I think it is only in order for us to recognize that. Internal security, pardon? Well, even in the event that there is a meeting between police, internal security, and other armed forces, I think it has been the tradition of this House. The Committee on Defense, once it is mentioned, is given the lead role. So it is not something new. Even from tradition of the House, that's how it is. So I want to beg the indulgence of members to please allow the amendment of Honorable Maki to see the light of the day. So I put the question again with your kind permission. Those in support of this amendment should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Those in support of this motion as amended should say aye. Those, pardon? We didn't put the question? We didn't? Those in support of this motion as amended should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Defense, Army, Air Force, Police Affairs, and National Security, right? For further legislative action. Thank you. The next motion is coming from Right Honorable Abdullah Ibrahim Ali Halims. If he's around, please kindly rise and move your motion.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues. I remain Honorable Abdullah Ibrahim Ali Halims. I represent the wonderful people of Ankpa, Omala, Federal Constituency. I am from Kogi State. I rise this morning under Order 845 to make this matter of urgent national importance on the need for the immediate intervention by the federal government to stop the gruesome killings and wanton destruction of properties of the law-abiding citizens of Agojeju Odo community in Omala local government area of Kogi State. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Honorable Idu?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Engineer Idu Emeka G. I represent Onitsha North and Onitsha South Federal Constituency. I'm from Anambra State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion, ably moved by my colleague. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Are we not supporting? Those in support of this motion should say aye.
Aye.
Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg, I'm sure this House has not heard the voice of its leader, the melodious voice of its leader, the legendary leader. So with your kind permission, I would want to recognize the leader of this House, the former leader, to second this motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The leader of the leaders of the 10th House of Representatives, Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin. I would like to first of all appreciate this very special opportunity given to me by you, sir, and of course to do the needful by seconding the good motion ably moved by the Deputy Majority Leader of the 10th House of Representatives, my good brother, Honorable Halims Abdullahi. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Halims, please proceed.
Thank you once again, Your Excellency, Right Honorable Speaker, my esteemed colleagues. Abdullah Ibrahim Ali Halims is my name. I am from Kogi State and I represent the wonderful people of Ankpa, Omala, Olamaboro Federal Constituencies. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is a motion of urgent national importance on the need for the immediate intervention by the federal government to stop the gruesome killings and wanton destruction of properties of the law-abiding citizens of Agojeju Odo community in Omala local government area of Kogi State. Recall, sir, that on Thursday, April 4, 2024, Agojeju Odo village in Omala local government area of Kogi State was invaded by Fulani herders, numbering about 200, and razed down the entire community in flames and killing the inhabitants indiscriminately, especially women, even pregnant ones, and children were not spared. This has led to a serious humanitarian crisis in Omala local government area of Kogi State. According to an eyewitness account from a survivor, this heinous crime against humanity, which is pure act of terrorism, took place in the broad daylight between the hours of 2:30 p.m. and 4:30 p.m., leaving over 400 people dead, over 40 people dead, sorry. Many inhabitants maimed, others injured, while those that escaped by the grace of God are left homeless and displaced, taking temporary refuge in Abejukolo town and other neighboring local government areas like Ankpa, Basa, Dekina, Nasarawa, and other areas, with the attendant effect of hunger and lack of access to Medicare. Note that Agojeju Odo community is purely an agrarian settlement with very fertile soil and vegetation, with thriving agricultural activities before this sad incident occurred. Now, with the farming season setting in, it becomes highly imperative that the federal government urgently intervene to restore peace and order, as well as save the livelihood of the people who are predominantly farmers. More so, that the people are in palpable fear that the attack will be relaunched. Attackers boasted to wipe out the inhabitants of the community, as claim their land as it is being currently experienced in Bagana village in same Omala local government area of Kogi State. The House resolves as follows. 1, that in the immediate, a detachment of mobile policemen and the military be sent to Agojeju Odo community in Omala local government area of Kogi State by the Inspector General of Police and the Chief of Defense Staff to keep the peace to enable fleeing inhabitants return home. Number 2, that the Chief of Defense Staff establish a functional operational military base in Omala local government area of Kogi State for rapid response to the incessant herdsmen attack in the local government area and its environs in Ankpa Federal constituency. Number 3, that the National Emergency Management Agency and other relevant agencies of government moves in immediately to address the humanitarian crisis occasioned by the attack. Number 4, that this Honorable House observe a minute's silence in honor of the incessant Nigerians being ruthlessly murdered during the attack. Number 5, that
What's
the House
your
Committee
point of order?
Police Affairs.
Honorable, please allow him to raise his point of order, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. If I listen to him very carefully, in the course of reading his motion, he made mention of Fulani, the word Fulani. And I cannot sit down here as a proud nomadic Fulani man, even if it is by accident of nature, for somebody to stand and become judgmental in his speech that he identified that they are Fulanis. It is either he withdraw that statement and say unknown gunmen or suspected or whatever nomenclature want to apply. But you cannot look at a honorable, respectful, God-fearing tribe like Fulani and you identify that they are Fulanis. I so submit.
Honorable Alims, please take note. In the parliament, we don't come out through. We always qualify by saying alleged.
Thank you, thank you, Mr.
Or
Speaker.
unknown.
Thank you, Mr.
But let
Speaker.
us not be too categorical by mentioning.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Take note, and the clerk should also make corrections so that it will appear in the
Thank
votes
you,
and
Mr.
proceedings.
Speaker. My very humble Chief Whip, the most nomadic Fulani man has come on that observation. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I can continue with the rest of the prayers.
No, it has been corrected. He has accepted,
corrected.
so I've already instructed the clerk to take note of that correction. Please, you can proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Finally, sir, that the House Committee on Police Affairs, Army, Humanitarian Affairs, and that of Compliance ensure compliance. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Kumo, you have to second this motion. I'm sure you are very much in agreement.
Thank you, my leader, Mr. Speaker. I remain proudly Honorable Usman Bello Kumo, a Fulani man. I rise to second this motion and ably moved by Halims as amended. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Police Affairs, Army, Humanitarian Affairs, and Legislative Compliance for further legislative action. Please, shall we rise for a minute silence? May the soul of the departed rest in peace. The next motion is coming from Honorable Kelechi Nwogu. If he's around, please, can you rise and move your motion?
The right, Honorable Speaker, I remain Honorable Kelechi Nwogu. I represent the people of Ichie Omuma constituency. I'm from Rivers State, the treasure base of the nation. Let me rely on Order 8, Rule 5, to move a motion of urgent public importance on need to investigate the cause of the death of a 4-year-old school boy, Master Miguel Omoke. I so move.
Any seconder? Honorable Usman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Right honorable colleagues, my name remains Honorable Architect Usman Murtala Banye, member representing people of Batagarawa, Cherenchirimi Federal Constituency from Katsina State. I rise to second the motion. I'm at the first leg of the motion moved by my honorable colleague. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg. If you are from my state, I'm from my senatorial zone, you are free to stand up and second.
Honorable Kelechi from Rivers State. I so second, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Kelechi, please proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. urgent need to investigate the cause of the death of a 4-year-old schoolboy, Master Miguel Ovoke. The House knows that the 4-year-old Miguel Ovoke was a pupil of Brick Hall School, Abuja. Right Honorable Speaker, we also note that Miguel Ovoke was dropped in the school on the 24th of April 2024 by his mother. Disturbed that the young innocent child was reported dead under suspicious circumstances, which the school was unable to explain up to date. Worried that the parents of this deceased boy suspect a cover-up by the school authority in collaboration with the Nigerian police. Concerned about the traumatic effect of the sudden death of this little boy, Miguel Ovoke, on the family and that of the classmates. Right Honorable Speaker, we are further concerned about the negative image this act will leave on our country in the sympathy of nations if such is not addressed. Mr. Speaker, we pray as follows. Observe a minute's silence in honor of this deceased young Miguel Ovoke. Constitute a special ad hoc committee to investigate the circumstances leading to this untimely death of this young little boy and report back within 4 weeks. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Before I put the question, is there anyone who wants to amend the prayer? Or we're good to go? Are we good to go? Okay. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to an ad hoc committee to be set up in due course to investigate this matter. Please shall we rise for a minute's silence. May their soul rest in peace. The next motion is coming from Honorable Obed Paul Shehu. If he's around, please, can you rise and move your motion?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. My name is Obed Shehu, and I represent Kaltungo Shangon Federal Constituency in Gombe State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to present a motion coming under Order 8 Rule 5 on the windstorm disaster that happened in Kaltungo and Shangon local government areas of Gombe State. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Any seconder to the first leg? Honorable Mukhtar.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Mukhtar Zakari Chawai. I represent Kauru Federal Constituency. I rise to second the first leg of the motion. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg, my brother. I'm sure it will be a big pleasure for our senior member to second because we have not heard his voice for quite a long time, too.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Akinla Dabiodun is my name, representing you as South Local Federal Constituency. I'm from Ogun State. I rise to second the motion as moved by my colleague. I second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Shehu, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wish to present a motion on the windstorm disaster that happened in Kaltungo and Shangon local government areas in my federal constituency, which is Kaltungo Shangon Federal Constituency of Gombe State. The House notes the devastation caused by windstorm and torrential rainfall in the communities of Kaltungo and Shangon local government areas in Gombe State on the 2nd of April 2024. The House also notes that properties worth millions of naira were destroyed, which caused dislocation of people from their homes and disrupted the use of affected public buildings such as hospitals, the local government secretariat, worship centers, jam centers, making them unfit for public use. The House is concerned that the situation may cause adverse economic setback to the people of the area. The House is also convinced that the federal government needs to urgently direct all relevant agencies to respond to the plight of the victims of the windstorm disaster in Kaltungo and Shangom local government areas. The House hereby resolves as follows. 1, to commiserate with the government of Gombe State and the people of the affected areas over the disaster. 2, the House urges the National Emergency Management Agency to send relief materials to the victims. Number 3, the House also urges the Northeast Development Commission to also provide relief materials to the families of the victims. Number 4, the House resolves to mandate the Committees on Emergency and Disaster Management, Northeast Development Commission, as well as legislative compliance for further legislative action. Mr. Speaker, I so move. Thank you.
I would like to recognize one of our more senior members whose face has not been too frequent in these recent times. I want to recognize Honorable Jibrin to second this very important motion.
Okay. Mr. Speaker, my name is Abdul Mumin Jibrin. I represent Kiru Bebeji Federal Constituency. I'm from Kano State. I ably second the motion as moved.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Emergency and Disaster Management, Northeast Development Commission, Committee, and Legislative Compliance for further legislative actions. The next motion is coming from Honorable Abubakar Hassan Nalaraba. Honorable Nalaraba is around. Please, can you rise and move your motion?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my highly respected colleagues. Mr. Speaker, I rise under Order 8 Rule 5 to move a motion of urgent need to call on relevant government agencies to intervene in the humanitarian crisis resulting from the devastating windstorm that occurred in Awedo, Makiana Federal Constituency of Nasarawa State. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Any seconder to the first leg? Honorable Mubi.
Thank you, Excellency. Honorable Jafar Abubakar Magaji is my name. I represent Mubi North, Mubi South, and Maiha Federal Constituency of Adamawa State. I rise to second the motion ably moved by Honorable Abubakar Nalaraba. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg of the motion? Yes, Honorable Mashi.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Salis Yusuf Majigiri. I represent Mashidusi Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Katsina State. I rise to second the motion, the second leg of the motion, ably moved by my honorable colleague. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Nalaraba, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my highly respected colleagues. The House notes the recent devastating windstorm that ravaged several communities including Aloshi in Kiana local government, Agbashi and Iponu in Doma local government, and some communities in Awe local government areas of Nasarawa State. Also note that the natural disaster which struck on Tuesday, 4th of April 2024, accompanied by a heavy rainfall, has left a trail of destruction in communities resulting to loss of life of one individual and injury to several others. Concerned that the raging storm caused severe damage to buildings, including residential houses, schools, shops, worship centers, and destroyed electricity poles, prompting to a blackout of the communities. Worried that the gusty wind which destroyed farmlands and uprooted several economic trees, pulled off rooftops, reduced several houses to rubble, and destroyed electric poles has rendered several residents homeless, affected businesses and farmlands, thereby aggravating the already challenging conditions faced by the affected communities. The House resolved to, 1, observe a 1-minute silence in honor of the deceased. 2, urge the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation and National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, to provide relief materials and immediate assistance to the communities and individuals affected. Mandate the Committee on Emergency and Disaster Management to ensure compliance. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Any seconder? Yes, Honorable, please go ahead. Those in support of this motion should say aye. No one is supporting this motion. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Emergency and Disaster Management for further legislative actions. Please, shall we rise for a minute silence in honor of the deceased? May his soul rest in peace. The next matter of urgent public importance is coming from Honorable Ismail Musa Modibo. If Honorable Modibo is available, please can you rise and move your motion?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Ismail Musa Modibo, representing the good people of Shiroro Rafi, Muya Federal Constituency of Niger State. I rise to bring before this Honorable House a matter of urgent public importance. I therefore stand under Order 8, Rule 5 of the House Rule to allow that all the other relevant rules should be suspended to allow me to take the matter of urgent need for the establishment of a special joint security task force to complement the existing security operation against insecurity in Shiroro Rafi Muya Federal Constituency of Niger State. I so move.
Honorable Jafaru.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Our respected colleague, Jafar Muhammad Shatima Bargu is my name. I represent Borgu Agwarafera constituency. I'm from Niger State. Mr. Speaker, I stand to second a very important motion, happily moved by my honorable colleague for the first link. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg of the motion, any seconder? Yes, Honorable, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name still remains Honorable Bellas and Shinkafi, and I represent the entire people of Shinkafi Zulu Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from the Central State. Mr. Speaker, I stand to second the second leg of this very motion, ably moved by my honorable colleague. I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Please, Honorable, proceed.
Urgent need for the establishment of a special joint security task force to complement the existing security operation against insecurity in Shiroro Rafimuya Federal Constituency of Niger State. The House note that Shiroro Rafimuya Federal Constituency is the most affected federal constituency facing insecurity challenges in Niger State. Also note with grave concern that recently there is an increasing rate of banditry, kidnapping, and cattle rustling in Shiroro, Rafi, and Muya local government area of Niger State, despite significant effort by the military personnel and other security agencies. Concerned that within a few months, there were a series of bandit attacks in this local government area between 23rd to 25th February 2024. The bandit attacked the villages of Alawa, Falwaya, Ongong Usman, and Basa in Shiroro local government. A few weeks later, on March 20th and 21st, 2024, the bandit attacked Fongugari and Madaka communities in Rafi local government respectively. The attack led to death of a village head of Madaka and 35 others within the two communities. In the more recent attack on 19 April 2024, a military captain, 5 other soldiers, and some vigilantes were ambushed and killed on their way to respond to a distress call around the Basa and Alawa communities. Further concern, 3 days later, on 23rd April, 2 soldiers were reportedly dead and several others sustained serious injuries as their armor protective carrier APC vehicle stepped on an explosive device along Alawa village. The unfortunate incident led the Nigerian army to withdraw its personnel from Alawa military base, a grave decision that caused more tension and panic among the inhabitants in the area, thereby forcing them out of their ancestral homes to take refuge in areas where they felt more secure. Disturbed, the bandit launched attacks with audacity, covering over 100 kilometers on their motorcycle along Binnungwari through Kamuku Forest in Kaduna State and extending to Maganda Junction, from where they usually spread into either part of Muya and Shiroro local government through Hanawanka, Kukoki, up to Alawa Era Nabasa, or traverse to the remote villages of Madaka, Makurdi, Wayan, Sufana, Pongugari, down to busy highway of Tegina to Zingeru Mina Road, usually unabated. Worried that the bandit activities are causing a great dangers to the life and livelihood of our people by crippling the economic activities such as education, jobs, and food security. As many schools are closed, farming communities are being displaced. Believe that the formation of a special joint security task force supported by air surveillance and ground troops can effectively contain the banditry, kidnapping, and cattle rustling activities in the affected local government in the state. Also believe that establishing a strategic joint security task force based at Maganda Junction will have the great potential to end this security threat not only in Shiroro Rafimuya Federal Constituency, but in Niger State at large. The House resolved urge the security chiefs as a matter of urgency to launch special joint task force operation in Shiroro, Rafi, and Muya local government to comprehensively address the security threat. Urge the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, to provide necessary relief materials to the victim of the attack and community displaced by bandits. Mandate the Committee on Defense, National Security and Humanitarian Affairs to ensure compliance. I so move.
Honorable Abbas.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I remain Abbas Adigun. I represent the people of Ibadan Southeast, Ibadan Northeast Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Oyo State. I'd like to second the very important motion about security that moved by Honorable colleague from Niger State. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Defense, National Security, and Humanitarian Affairs for further legislative action. The next motion is coming from Honorable Architect Mohammed Mukhtar. Zanan Kazauri, if he's around, please can you rise and move your motion? Is Honorable Mukhtar around?
Yeah. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I'm Honorable Architect Mohammed Mukhtar Zanan Kazauri, member representing Kazauri, Roni Gwiwa Mkwashi Federal Constituency. I'm from Jigawa State. I rise to move a motion of a matter of urgent public importance on the urgent need to address severe hardship caused by prolonged non-payment of allowances to overseas students under the Federal Government Bilateral Educational Agreement, BEA scholarship. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder to this motion? Honorable Anka.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, my colleagues. My name is Honorable Isa Muhammad Anka, representing Anka Talata Mokora constituency. I'm from Zamfara State. I rise to support the motion, heavily moved my colleague. I so submit, sir. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Are we hungry, honorable colleagues? I know the month has not even reached halfway, so I know it cannot be the other aspects. We take it again. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Patrick, can you second the second leg?
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Speaker. My name is Dr. Patrick Umar. I represent the entire people of Ikorekpene, Sienudim, Obodo Kalafidu constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm a proud son of Akwa Ibom State, and I rise to second this motion. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Leader, are you doing your work properly? Today it appears as if you have not fed our members well. Eh? Their voices are trying to disappear completely. You need to do something. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Kazaure, please can you proceed?
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I rise to bring to the attention of this esteemed House a matter of utmost importance concerning the prolonged non-payment of stipends to overseas students under the Federal Government Bilateral Educational Agreement, BEA scholarship. This issue has plunged our scholars abroad into severe hardships, compromising their ability to afford basic living expenses and jeopardizing their academic pursuits. Aware that the Nigerian federal government has entered into a bilateral educational agreement scholarship with overseas countries notably Russia, Morocco, Algeria, China, and Hungary. Under this agreement, these countries were committed to catering for tuition fees, while our country would be responsible for accommodation and sustainability allowances amounting to $500 per student per month. Notes with grave concern that despite the federal government obligation to provide stipends for basic living expenses, overseas students under the BEA scholarship have been subjected to prolonged delays in receiving their stipends. This failure has left them in dire financial straits, unable to afford even the most basic necessities. Also notes that the Union of Nigerian Bilateral Education Agreement Scholars, UNBEARS, has tirelessly voiced their concerns through various channels, yet their pleas have fallen on deaf ears, and no concrete action has been taken to date. Also note that distressing reports have emerged revealing the appalling conditions faced by these students. Disturbing videos show scenes of students being forcibly evicted from their accommodation, with their belongings heartlessly thrown onto the streets. Such inhumane treatment worsened the already dangerous situation faced by our scholars abroad. Concerned, such neglect may cause our vulnerable students to stray into unwanted vices, such as stealing, drug abuse, suicide, and abandonment of education. And as they struggle to cope with the financial hardship imposed upon them. Also notes that over the past 6 to 8 months, scholars enrolled into various institutions abroad, spanning countries such as Russia, Morocco, Algeria, China, and Hungary, have endured immensely financial strain due to the delay in receiving their stipends. Notes that recent payments received by students spanning from March to August have been impaired by significant shortfalls, with some students experiencing delays of nearly 2.5 months worth of payments. Furthermore, scholars in China have been deprived of any stipends payments since their arrival in April and May 2023. Also notes that the students through their union voice out that the economic reality of our nation makes it difficult for their families back home to support them. Furthermore, prohibitions on employment in host BEA countries limit students' ability to seek alternative means of income. Also concerned that such neglect not only undermines the confidence of our scholars in the nation, but also tarnishes our reputation on the international stage. Even as the nation grapples with economic hardship, it is imperative to prioritize the welfare of the students who represent the future of our country. In conclusion, it is imperative that this House takes swift and decisive action to address the plight of our scholars abroad. Therefore, the House resolves that and urges the Federal Ministry of Education to expedite the disbursement of stipends owed to overseas students under the Federal Government Bilateral Educational Agreement, BEA Scholarship, without further delay, allowing them to focus wholeheartedly on their studies. Secondly, is to urge the Committee on Tertiary Education to investigate into the root causes of the delay in stipends payment and mistreatment of our scholars abroad, with a view to implementing lasting solutions to prevent such injustices from reoccurring. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable, please go ahead.
Thank you, our amiable Speaker. The answers are of our time. Abdul Ghani Adile Ayuba is my name. I speak for and on behalf of Alimosho Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Lagos State. I rise to second this motion that sounds very pathetic, has to do with our children abroad. And I hope the relevant agencies will act promptly. I so second, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Any seconder?
Seconded already, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the committees on, all committees on tertiary education. The committee on university education shall be the lead committee. Thank you. The last but not the least is a motion coming from Honorable Mansur Manusoro. If Honorable Mansur is around, please can you rise and move your motion?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues. Mansur Manu Soro is my name. I represent Daros Ganjua Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from Bauchi State. I rise fashioned to Order 8, Rule 5, Sub-Rule 1 and 2 to present a matter of urgent national importance before this Honorable House on the need to suspend the implementation of National Cyber Security Levy. I wish to seek the kind permission of the Speaker and the leave of the House to move this motion. I so moved.
Honorable Nweke.
I represent Elemetai, Anoyibo Federal Constituency. I am from Rivers State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second this very all-important motion. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg, I saw my brother. Please, you can go ahead and second. Please.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Emeka Chinedu. I represent the hospitable people of Ayazum Bisesi, the Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the second leg of this motion, ably raised by my colleague, Honorable Mansu. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Please, Honorable Manu, proceed.
Thank you,
and
Your
move your motion.
Excellency. Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable colleagues, I remain Mansur Manu Soro, Daros Ganjua Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move a motion on the urgent need to suspend the implementation of National Cyber Security Levy. The House notes that the Central Bank of Nigeria has on Monday, the 6th May 2024, directed commercial and merchant banks, payment service providers, mobile money operators, and other financial institutions to begin the process of the deduction of 0.05% levy on all electronic transactions by customers and remit same to the Office of the National Security Advisor. The House is aware of the assurances made by the government that it is plans to increase revenue base of the country wouldn't include the introduction of new taxes or increasing existing tax rates. The House is concerned that the National Cyber Security Levy would have the maximum negative impacts on financial transactions, financial inclusion, and the cashless policy of the Central Bank of Nigeria. The House is worried that the removal of the petrol and electricity subsidies and the naira devaluation has caused massive impoverishment of Nigerians and destruction of livelihoods. Disturbed that the implementation of the National Cybersecurity Levy is coming at a time of widespread sufferings caused by the skyrocketing increase in general living costs and food prices. Further disturbed that the fund management model may be defective and inefficient and subject to leakages, as the Office of the National Security Advisor is a political office with no mandate and requisite to manage revenue accruals. The House resolves as follows. 1. To call on the CBN, the Central Bank of Nigeria, to reverse the issuance of the said circular and discontinue the process of implementing the National Cybersecurity Levy with immediate effect. 2. To call on the Honorable Minister of Finance to ensure that there is no new tax introduction or increase in existing tax rates under the prevailing economic situation in the land until the situation has changed. 3, to mandate the House Committee on Rules and Business to present before this Honorable House Committee of the Whole a copy of the Cyber Crimes Prohibition, Prevention, etc. Amendment Act 2024 on the next legislative date for reconsideration by the House. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable colleagues, I think this issue of this particular motion, along with others similar, we had course this morning at the leadership meeting to further subject them to debate at the leadership level and then bring them up. So with your kind permission, please, Honorable Manu, if you can step it down, probably for tomorrow, for us to discuss it further.
As the Speaker pleases.
So this motion is stepped down by the leave of the House. We will represent in due course after due consultation. Thank you. Honorable colleagues, the motion that we just approved concerning the demise of Master Miguel Ovoke, a primary school. I have the honor and privilege of death. The composition of the committee will be as follows. Honorable Adamu Tanko will be the chair of the committee, while Honorable Kama Ike Kanma will be a member, Honorable Akani Clement Ademola, Honorable Agwe Tanko, Honorable Jafari Akubu, Honorable Kelechi Nwogo, and Honorable Umar Yusuf Yabo will be members of this committee. They have 4 weeks within which to report back to the House. Thank you. Honorable colleagues, the business of the day is presentation of 31 bills. I now invite the clerk to read their short titles.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. National Council on Climate Change Act Repeal and Enactment Bill 2024, first reading. Northeast Development University, Kirfi, Bauchi State Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal Colleges of Education Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. National Obstetrics Fistula Center, Babaruga, Katsina State Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal College of Agriculture and Vocational Studies, Obia, Bayelsa State Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Nigerian Ports Authority Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. National Universities Commissions Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Nigerian Postal Service Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Central Bank of Nigeria Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Court of Appeal Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Economic and Financial Crimes Commission Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Sheriffs and Civil Process Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 Alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Federal Colleges of Education Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. National Safety Regulation Board Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Nigerian Railway Corporation Act Repeal and Enactment Bill 2024, first reading. Nigerian Solid Minerals Communities Development Commission Establishment Bill 2024, first reading.
Thank you. Honorable colleagues, this is where we'll draw the curtain for the day. I will now invite the acting leader to move for adjournment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Your Excellency Ian Zozo, for a very conclusive sitting today. On behalf of the members of this chamber, I move that the House do adjourn to tomorrow, Thursday, same time. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion that the House do stand adjourned to tomorrow, same time. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes should go, while the nays should remain until tomorrow, 11 a.m. Thank you. Sorry. Doctor,